And it is what?
The Child Online Privacy. Did I say privacy?
You did. It's Siri.
It's our English privacy.
Hey, it's Kurt and James from the Full Octane Garage, and today is going to be an interesting topic. We're going to talk about something that is all the buzz in the YouTube community right now. And it's something that's been in effect for many years, but it really hasn't come to an enforcement head until very recently. And it's Coppa, or Coppa, and it stands for?
The Child Online Privacy Protection Act.
Yes, he got it. And he didn't have the Siri accent. Hey, so anyways, we want to talk a little bit today about, we've heard how it's going to affect a lot of gaming channels and a lot of toy opening channels and things like that, but nobody that we've seen has really been talking about how it's going to affect the automotive YouTubers, which is what we predominantly are. And probably part of that is because it's probably not going to affect the majority of the automotive YouTubers, because we traditionally focus our audience on more of a adult driving type audience. Are there going to be some kids that accidentally look at a hot supercar? Absolutely. But we're not targeting them, and that's really where the ruling becomes very important, is whether your content is specifically made and specifically targeting children 13 and younger. And so we don't believe we're going to have an issue.
I think that reflects with our advertisers too. So it's basically 16 and up. It's consumers of the automobiles and the products, repair products and things of that nature, how-to videos and things of that nature that we do. It's those type of products that the advertisers would be targeting, and none of that's really relevant for an under 13-year-old kid.
Right. If you look at our demographics, our sweet spot's 30 to 60, typically males, things of that nature.
That's a good point, because we actually did look at our demographics as far as, which you can find in YouTube pretty easily, but it's
we have no 13 and youngers in right now.
Right.
When I last looked.
Over 13 is 0.1% of our viewership for our videos. And I guess it's because YouTube doesn't acknowledge
13-year-olds.
13-year-olds or below
yeah.
In their statistics. But if you look at the sum of the viewers, it's a minuscule to a almost completely zero statistic.
Yep. So from the automotive YouTubers, we don't think there's going to be a significant revenue hit because there probably aren't very many videos that automotive YouTubers are going to have. And really the key here is the flagging of the videos. If all of our channel is flagged for not 13 and younger, it's basically flagged for adults. Again, you can get caught and get in big trouble with that, is if you have a video targeted for 13 and younger and you flag it as adult and they catch you, that's where the finding comes into play. So you have to be really careful, get some good counsel on what your videos are, if there's anything that's even questionable. If they are questionable, I would just say flag them and get them out of the system. Don't have them there. Now, just a couple of sites that come to mind that are going to be significantly impacted. We have a local YouTuber called I Am Wildcat, does a lot of gaming stuff. He's been very quiet. I haven't seen anything posted on his YouTube channel, but just
he's got over 7 million subscribers.
7.2 million subscribers. And if you look at Social Blade, he looks like he has an estimated income of $122,000 to $2 million annually. Now, what's interesting about that is those are usually very conservative numbers. Because an example, our site, if you look at Social Blade, says that we make between $276 and $4,000 a year annually. Where in fact, we're trending to be about $7,400 year to date. So we are very inaccurately represented on Social Blade, like we estimate maybe some of these other channels are. I'll throw a couple more out here that are just mind-boggling. Basically, I do WRK work. Another gamer, 4.7 million followers, 46,000 to 751,000 annually. The next one is just totally mind-blowing. I think everybody's heard about the box opening child for doing toys, Ryan's World. He's got 2 channels, it looks like. Ryan's World has 22.7 million followers.
It's crazy.
And he is estimated to make $2.7 million to $43 million a year opening toys.
And you got to figure just YouTube revenue only, he's got to be in that $10 to $20 million range,
Yeah.
conservatively speaking.
And if you do it right in January, he goes to zero. Let's say the ads that are not targeted, which he may still get, but they're not going to be any demographically targeted ads. Is going to probably be 5 to 10% at the most of what he's making today. So you're looking at a 90% hit in his revenue.
Right. It doesn't just affect the amount of dollars that's paid for the advertising, but it also affects, there can't be anything in the comments section.
It's not searchable content.
It's not searchable content. So it's going to be so much harder for them to be able to get the videos out there to begin with, much less get paid for them.
Yeah.
So
now here's another one. Ryan's Family Review, which is a spin-off of his channel, 5 million followers on a spin-off channel. See what Doug DeMuro has to look forward to? Anyways, $746,000 to $11.9 million a year is what Social Blade estimates his channels for. So you think about the amount of revenue that creators that are in the gaming, the toys. There was a guy the other day I was watching that does nothing but Legos. It's all adult-oriented Legos, but he basically says, I'm going to have to mark all my videos for children, and I'm going to lose all of my revenue. So it's pretty significant. I feel fortunate that we picked a particular venue that isn't impacted by this. We'll probably get caught 2 years down the road with something else. But for the most part, I think the automotive YouTubers are in pretty decent shape.
I think the lesson to be learned basically with YouTube, and it's like anything with life, is placing all your apples in one basket is not the best way to do it. And YouTube is a constantly changing platform, and you look at even going back to MySpace before Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all the other social sites that are out there, and they come and go. And the opportunity is, and this is just, it's such a good example of how one regulatory agency steps in and shuts the light off. Yep. I mean, it's not something where it would affect the amount that they got paid or how often their videos were viewed. It just literally turned them off. Those channels are going to zero.
Yeah.
But as far as where we're sitting with the YouTube and the automotive sector, I don't think we're going to change anything. We'll be careful about the content, as we always have been. This is a PG channel, generally speaking. I guess we might have to watch the thumbnails a little bit, but other than that, we started this making nothing, and we still don't make much. But feel free to watch all our videos. But at the end of the day, we do this as much for the enjoyment, the hobby, the car community itself, and the dollars are kind of a spin.
And we love sitting in front of the computer for 12 hours editing a 8-minute video. It's just for the love of it.
That's right. That's why we're here. We're here for you.
Yeah, that's right. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We'll wait right now. Okay, long enough. So, you know, I think the moral of this whole thing is that yes, there's going to be some fines imposed. The FTC has come up and said up to $42,000, but then when you read the fine print in it, they're going to look at your revenue. They're going to look at how much you can afford to pay in a fine. So the average smaller YouTuber will get a fine. It's not going to probably be $42 million. They don't want to put you out of business.
42,000. Yeah.
I'm sorry, 42,000. Oh, $42 million.
Well, for some people, it might as well be. Yeah.
So anyways, the FTC doesn't want to necessarily put you out of business. They want to make it sting so that you follow and comply. Now, on the flip side is, you know, everybody's got this, the sky's falling, YouTube's against me. And at the end of the day, YouTube's losing a lot of money too. You got to think about this. They're making at least half of what our revenue is, if not more. And they're going to see a significant revenue hit. So they're going to do everything in their power to help creators. It's not real apparent at the moment. Just stand by. You'll see it happen because YouTube can't afford to lose that kind of revenue. They're going to comply, don't get me wrong, but I think they're going to do things to help the creators understand ways to understand the best practices so that you don't keep yourself out of trouble, keep yourself out of YouTube jail. And I think everything's going to be good at the end of the day. There's some people who are going to hurt, no doubt. But
can I give my personal opinion?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is James ranting for just a second. This is YouTube taking a hit and the creators taking a hit, generally speaking, because some parents are unable to control what their children are watching, and that's really the core of this, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's you're not supposed to have you can't have a YouTube account or a Google account if you're under 13 years old, right? So really, they shouldn't be watching it anyways. There's YouTube for Kids out there. That's a channel. That's an entire channel set up just for kids, and it's easily regulated within YouTube or within your computer itself or whatnot. To me, it's ridiculous that we're all having to do this because there's a couple people out there that decide that the population in general, but this is specifically really about American kids that just
it's back to the parents don't have to parent anymore.
Right. Well, the problem is the phones, the mobile devices, and the computer have been babysitters for years. And
if you don't give your kids a PC, you don't give them a phone, which they always everywhere you go, they've got a phone playing a game or looking at a YouTube channel when they're not supposed to be. So it's back to the parental policing. You're absolutely right.
Right. Thanks for listening.
We're not going to solve this here though, but absolutely good points. We'd love to hear your feedback, your ideas on what your channel is and how you're going to approach this. And if you have a channel that you think is going to be significantly impacted, we'd like to sympathize with you and hear about it.
So what are your options? I mean, basically, if you have a channel that may be affected by it, you quit producing, and
which one of our YouTube friends is going to do,
right?
We think.
And this, it's not that this is it. This is the last video I'm going to make. In my understanding is, if your channel basically has that type of content, you got to shut that channel down.
Or you can shut the channel down, or you can mark your whole channel as it's designed for kids.
Right, which basically
shut your channel
down. Shut your channel down.
Yeah.
Right. The option 2 is change your format to something. You got to adapt and hopefully carry some of your audience over and change the channel over to something that the FTC finds acceptable.
Yeah. So, anyways, there's going to be a lot of opinions out there that are going to brew on for the next 30 to 35 days until this actually goes into effect. We're going to see a lot of change happen in January. We're going to see, for us, to be honest, I think it's going to cut a lot of viewable content, and it's probably going to help some of us who aren't.
Right. I think we're expecting a boom.
Yeah, we're expecting to at least double our 500 viewers to 1,000, and no, it's going to be awesome for us. Now we
C8.
C8. We need a C8, baby. Come on.
C8 2020.
I think we're going to close it out for the night. Don't forget to subscribe. Actually, I was serious. We will wait until you hit that subscribe button down on the bottom.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We're waiting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we see it counting.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Tell your friends. We're going to have some full octane fun, and come back often.
And don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for joining us, Full Octane Garage. We'll see you soon.